When balsa wood is used to replace a damaged honeycomb core, the plug should be cut so that a plug of balsa wood can be used to replace a section of damaged honeycomb core when using balsa for repair. Cut the plug so that its grain is perpendicular to the skin. So when balsa wood is used to replace a damaged honeycomb core, the plug should be cut so that the grain is perpendicular to the skin. Fiberglass laminate damage that extend completely through the facing into the core cannot be repaired. Let's see explanation. Yeah, that's incorrect. According to AC 14.13-1B, fiberglass damage that extend completely through one facing and into the core required replacement of the damaged core and facing. Fiberglass laminate damage that extend completely through one facing into the core requires the replacement of the damaged core and facing. Which statement is true regarding a cantilever wing? No external bracing is needed in a cantilever wing. This is also sheet metal. I'm doing on sheet metal right now. The test is Monday. We have so much time before we do this test, okay? Which is the grip length of the flush rivet? 3. 3 is the grip length of the flush rivet. If it is necessary to compute a bend allowance problem and bend allowance tables are not available, the neutral axis of the bend can be, let's see what the explanation says. A neutral axis is not in the exact center of the thickness of the material, but for all practical purposes, the neutral axis of a bend can be considered to be the bend radius plus 1/2 of the stock thickness. Let's show the explanation. The neutral axis of the bend is not exact center, so if it's necessary to compute a bend allowance problem, the bend allowance table are not available. The neutral axis of the bend can be found by adding approximately 1/2 of the stock thickness to the bend radius. Joggles is remove rivet shanks would indicate partial. Joggles in remove rivet shank would indicate partial shear failure. Shear failure. Joggles in the bend shank would indicate partial shear failures. The most important factors needed to make a flat pattern layout are the most important factors needed to make a flat pattern layout are radius, thickness, degree of bend. So that's the radius, thickness, degree of bend, RTD. Radius, thickness, degree of bend. To make a flat pattern layout, you need the radius, the thickness, degree of bend to make a flat pattern layout. Proper pre-peg composite layup. Proper pre-peg composite layup curing is generally accomplished by adding catalyst or curing agent to the resin. Let's show the explanation. Applying external heat and pressure. So the proper pre-preg composite layup curing is generally accomplished by applying heat and pressure. Pre-impregnated materials or pre-preg or fabric that are uniformly impregnated with matrix resins. They are rolled up and stored in refrigerator to prevent their curing until they are to be used. One side of the material is covered with plastic backing to prevent it sticking together while the other, where am I? While the other, where was I again? Material is covered with plastic backing to prevent it sticking together while it's stored. To make a pre-peg composite layup, cut the plies to size, remove the plastic backing, lay the plies up observing the correct ply orientation, and apply pressure and external heat. The proper pre-preg composite layup curing is generally accomplished by applying external heat and pressure. What is the most common method of cementing transparent plastic? Is it the soak method? Yes, it's the soak method. Composite fabric material is considered to be the strongest in what direction? Is it the warp? Composite fabric material is considered to be strongest in what direction? The thread that runs the length of a piece of fabric are called the warp threads, and they are generally stronger than woof, weft, or fill thread that run across the material. For this reason, a piece of composite fabric is strongest in its warp direction. Which fiber to resin ratio for advanced composite wet layup is generally considered the best for strength? 60-40, the bigger number first. On sheet metal fittings layup with a single bend, allow for stretching by. On a sheet metal fitting layup with a single bend, allow for stretching by, let's see, subtracting the setback from both legs. Subtraction layup from both legs on a sheet metal fitting layout. On a sheet metal fitting layout with single bend. Allow for stretching by subtracting the setback from both legs. Which of the following need not to be considered when determining minimum rivet spacing? Which of the following need not to be considered when determining minimum rivet spacing? Length of the rivet does not enter into determination of the minimum rivet spacing. The rivet diameter and the type of thickness of the material do not determine rivet spacing. What determines rivet spacing? The length of the rivet does not enter determination of the minimum rivet spacing. All you need is the diameter. Hold on. What am I saying? The length, rivet length. The rivet length is not needed for spacing, but you need the rivet diameter and the type of material being riveted. You gotta read these questions very carefully because whosoever ranked them, I don't know if they took English language at all, or I think they just, I don't know, man. I'll be mad at some of these questions because it's like, do you want us to pass? Like, why are you trying to mess with us with these words? Like, one answer, attention to detail. So they're saying the rivet diameter and the type of thickness of the material do determine the spacing. Now watch this question. Why are the tubes in a de-icer boot alternately inflated? Watch this. Alternate inflation of the de-icer boot tubes does not disturb airflow. That's wrong. You want us to just go for the answers? Okay, first I gotta look on them. So alternate inflation. So this is what it is. The alternate inflation of the de-icer boot keeps disturbance of airflow to a minimum. That means the icer boot does mess with the airflow, but the alternation each side at a time keeps the airflow to a minimum. How do de-icer boots help remove ice accumulation? By breaking up ice formation. By breaking up, not preventing, because it's not going to prevent anything. Unless you have some heaters in the de-icer boots. But I don't think that would help. Anyway, I don't know. What controls the inflation sequence in a pneumatic de-icer boot system? The distributor valve. The distributor valve. Which of the following regulates the vacuum of the air pump to hold the de-icer boots deflated when pneumatic de-icing system is off? The distributor valve. What? Which of the following regulates vacuum of air pump to hold the de-icer boots deep? Oh, the suction relief valve. Now I thought that was the pressure regulator, but that's how they trick you. No, it's the suction relief valve. Which of the following regulates the vacuum of the air pump to hold the de-icer boots deflated when the pneumatic de-icer boot system is off? The suction relief valve. What is the source of pressure for inflating the isoboots on reciprocating engine aircraft? What is the source of pressure? I say, is it the gear type? Is it vane type? Now keep going. What is the source of pressure for inflating the icer boots on recip engine aircraft? Normally, air pump used for recip engine for inflation of the icer boots is the vane type pump. Now we gotta go find out what the gear type pump does. You probably forgot. What may be used to clean the icer boots? Soap and water. What maintains normal windshield temperature control in electrically heated windshield? Thermistor. Now guys, let's go for mostly the questions that's they're gonna ask us. Let's not focus on the easy ones, even though you can run down. It's tricky. You never know what you're gonna get. So I like to pay more attention to what I don't know. So I'll be better at the ones I don't know first. Never run from those big 142, 300s, 200, whatever it is. Go for those first. I'm sure in the future they'll have way more stuff to learn about aircraft. So those in the future, it's either gonna get easier for you or harder. Hopefully it's easier. Normally it gets easier because over time people start, like my generation will go up on top and say, hey, this is kind of crazy for the young boys. Everything now is like computerized. They probably have something you just plug in your brain and you just get it. Hopefully they have stuff that we can just plug in our brains in the future. You know what I'm saying? Google, step your game up. I'm coming. I'm definitely gonna be designing stuff in the future. Definitely gonna be inventing stuff. I already have my engine that I'm trying to patent. Centrifugal by inertia. Only inertia is gonna power this engine. Hydraulically. Hydraulically, pneumatically, by inertia forces. But that's another story. Let's go over here, because I got a couple stuff I'm trying to learn. Resistant type temperature indicator using Wheatstone bridge or ratio meter circuits may be used to indicate the temperature of which of the following? Free air, carburetor air, coolant, all temperature. Oh, let me close this door before YouTube pick up this sound in the background and cancel my video. You know what? Let's end this one and start